Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, sorry, concerning this referendum that they just did in Italy, a lot of people are saying they cancelled it because it was people like you, Africans, that later became Italian that went out to vote. They said that was why they cancelled it, that you people, you are not really Italian. So what do you have to say? Was that what happened?
So that is a narrative that people will want to sell on their own. You know, this era of social media,
Yeah.
it is the more negative narrative you sell out there that will appeal to the heart of people. That is what people want to believe and run after. So,
Yeah.
so many of these content creators, they actually know the truth, but they want to sell something that will move people to come to them. So sometimes they sell negative narrative. So in my own conclusion, it is not correct. It is not because Italians that are of African descent that
Or,
came out
or
to
foreigners
vote, or
that became.
foreigners that became Italians that came out to vote. That is why they cancelled it. That the white Italians they come and no, it was a combination of the white and the black that is counted together as citizens that came out to vote for this very referendum. So the narrative that it is because of us that are African Italian is a negative narrative, and it is not correct, and they have no justifiable ground to even justify that, but just to sell and push their content on the internet. I think that is
So, and then people are also saying now that you happen to be an Italian, that whether you have Italian passport or you don't have Italian passport, you are still a foreigner. Now I want to ask you, is there anything an Italian person can do that you, that is a black man and you are now an Italian, you cannot do? Is there anything that they can do that you can do? Are you feeling, are you still feeling as if you are not an Italian? That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, automatically, you know, this is also another narrative that we can also view from a different angle, like
Okay.
in Italy. So we are citizens of Italy because we have taken up the citizenship after fulfilling all the requirements as
Okay.
set by law.
Okay.
But that doesn't negate your place of birth, where you
Okay.
were given birth to. Just like as I became an Italian, it didn't change my skin to skin to just become a white man,
White
and
man,
my
yeah.
hair to become white. So my African characteristic, my skin color, my hair type, my eye type, everything still remain intact. But in documents, I am an Italian. So
Okay.
wherever I am, well, wherever offices I go to or any place I go to, first, because we don't gum our passport on our head, the first person they see is an African.
Yeah.
Until when I'm able to demonstrate
Show
that I
them the
have the
document.
document that makes me an Italian. You know why many people feel like that there are some certain things the Italian can do, the white Italian can do, that we that black Italians who got our citizenship here cannot do, is because so many of us, even though we still carry the Italian passport, we lack the ability to communicate fluently. So that alone put a stampede. So you go to anywhere, and what makes people feel this way, that there are something those one can do that you cannot do, the first person they see, like I said before, is that they are seeing an African man.
Okay.
Italian citizenship is not written on
Even
the
with
head.
your passport,
Even with your
they see you
passport,
first as African,
an African
until
man.
you
Until when you
until
now begin,
explain.
you know, even sometimes when you are not, I don't know if you have experienced it, even when you are not an Italian citizenship, you don't have the citizenship yet. You are just having your sojourner or kata sojourner, and you go to some certain office and you begin to talk, and you see, if you have noticed it, the woman or the man, they will ask you, say, "Wow, you speak very well. Were you born here?" You know, because they are still an African man, but your mode of communication is more integrated into them as if you were born here. So imagine now you are also carrying
an Italian passport.
and you don't have the capacity to even express yourself. We have so many people like that. Even we have had situations whereby people are denied Italian citizenship at the point of swearing in because they can't just read what was written. Because most of our people don't want to integrate fully by going to school, understanding the language, and some certain things that makes you more closer to these people. So imagine you going to an office and you want to go and do anything or anywhere to get a work, and it is written there that you are an Italian, which is by document, but by facial expression and physical appearance, they are seeing an African man. And to make the matter worse, you cannot even express yourself to say what you want.
Okay, that
so
was why.
The person they treat you one kind to say, no, leave here, we don't have it now, because you know what you are even carrying, you cannot even defend it. So it makes you feel as if you are not welcome. It makes you feel as if
is there any place that they said this thing is for Italians, and you've been to that place and they rejected you because you're a black man, and they say, okay, no, we are not talking about black people that are in Italian. Is there anything like that that only white Italians can get and black Italians cannot get?
I have never experienced anything like that. For the few time I have also enjoyed their citizenship, If there are people who must have experienced that, perhaps there might be reason for it, but I don't think so. I can speak for myself. I have not experienced anything like that. So wherever I go to, I get what I want, whether it is for Italians or it is for African white or black
white
or
or
whatever.
black.
So
Okay.
I have never been denied anything. The only situation I wish I can relate to, I don't know if it fits very well into
Okay.
this
Okay.
question, is only in the area when it have to do with your place of birth.
Bet.
Like
Okay.
I've explained that just as your Italian citizenship will not change your color all of a sudden to become a white man, or your hair to become a curly hair, so also your citizenship doesn't change your place of birth. For example, I'm from Nigeria. We know that there is a kind of a little challenge on Nigerians with post pay issue at
Yeah.
the time, and it's still legal on now, even in some
Okay. Postal
commune
pay.
postal pay. Okay, so there was a time my own expired, so I went to go and renew to get a new one. And after doing all the practical, perhaps I still see this as the problem of the man who was talking to me, because he didn't communicate it well. So he told me that I have to wait for 24 hours for it to be approved from Milan. And I said, why? Can't I just get it immediately now? He said, no, that it's blocked on the system. I said, why? He said, because Nigeria as a country is blocked from the system. So I now told him, I said, but the document I brought to you now that you are
It's
seeing,
showing Italian.
this is Italian document. Look at my carta identità. Look at this one. And the man said, yes, I'm seeing it. But what we have on our system and so on and so forth. So immediately, though I didn't want to accept it, but because I'm a bit knowledgeable, understand. So immediately I recollected that, oh, my place of
Your
birth
place of birth.
is still Nigeria.
Okay.
So in that regard, they are not saying we cannot give it to you in Nigeria. They only say because my place of birth is from there, and people from there have been blocked from one way or the other. So I'm subject to also encounter such thing until I'm clarified those limitations. So what am I trying to say is that sometimes when we experience this, because of our people are ignorant, they will just blow it out of proportion to say, they don't like us. They no, not really so. So because your place of birth is from Nigeria, if there is anything in Italy that is affecting Nigerians, even though you are now also a citizen, that thing may affect you until you start to prove yourself different over time. Then it will be over. So in that regard, I may say, yeah, but not as they are painting it negatively.
Okay. Lastly, people are also saying, I don't know why we have this dislike. Like, I don't know the proper word to use, than dislike towards this Italian. They don't like us. Italians don't like us. We are still foreigners. No matter how you get your Italian passport, you are still foreigner. This is not our home. And some of these people saying these things from this country that I say they don't like you. You have been able to raise money to build your first house. From this country you say they don't like you. You have been able to do a lot of things that you could not do. And some of all these people that are saying whether you integrate or you don't integrate, some of them they have also gone to apply for the same Italian passport that they are trying to believe to now. So what do you have to say concerning this type of people? And they are much. Anytime you just talk about Italy, they don't like us, and they are still going to Questura to beg for sojourner. So what do you have to say to this set of people?
In my opinion, like I said, I see Italy as a home away from home. Just the way I will have a counter with someone in my country who is from the east or from the west or from the south, we have to struggle it out to get what I want. The same way I see myself here, that when I also have a counter with some of the Italians, we have to also struggle it out to get what I want. So in the process of doing so, I don't see that they are trying to, racially abuse me or because they don't like me. I've been to the community to get some certain things, to do some certain office, to do some certain things, and we will engage in argument. Sometimes they will say, no, you have to bring it, you have to bring that. I will say, no, but before I came, I checked on the internet that, I don't need to bring my Nigerian passport for this. With my the sojourner and the carta identità is okay. And you will now see that another person will just come and say, no, I think this girl is right. Actually, he doesn't need his you will now see the person say, I'm sorry. And then we'll go ahead, we'll process the thing. But if I was to be somebody who is really irritated, who already have this thing embedded in me that they don't like us, from there I can just flare. Hey, they don't like us, this, that. And one other thing we also do that draw this attention, that we are hyper sensitive. I don't know how to put
our
it.
blood
With the cut chain. So some of us don't have. I will tell you this. My capo in the place where I work once told me, said, he called me one time because we always have issues there. When you are working here, he said he's from Sicilia.
Okay.
It's more or less closer to West Africa. He told us, say, the people the problem most of you people have, your people have here, is that they are easily irritated, they
Aggressive.
are aggressive, and these Italians know how to trick you and to make you aggressive, and you see them, they will not be like this. And because the community we are in doesn't support aggressiveness, first of all, you are already seen as on the wrong side,
As a bad person.
so if I am a white Italian and I know that that is your weakness and I want to do you something, I will just, and you will flare, and me, I will begin to do like that as if I never did anything. And anybody that came into that environment, see you vibrating, and the first thing you say, this, so the whole thing will go against you because you are already out of point. So I think this is where we have issues. So sometimes let us always try to respond to issues instead of reacting to issues. When we learn to bring ourselves in a calm way and respond, you will discover that you will win in most of the time whenever you go to any offices, anywhere, or with any person at all. So this is it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.